Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today with a roundup of the latest Know Me sewing patterns plus fabrics that you could sew them up in. I haven't done the whole range, I've just picked out my favourites, but if you stay tuned to the end of the video, we do a little slideshow with all of the designs. And don't forget below you can sign up for our weekly newsletter for a dose of sewing inspiration to your inbox every week. So the first pattern I want to share with you is Know Me 2033. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this brand, it's a new range launched in partnership with McCalls, overseen by Mimi G, and she picks out sewers from the sewing community and they bring their designs to life. So it's really cool. It's lots of different designers putting their own spin on things. Perhaps you might be interested and might like to have a go. You could always get in touch and see if it was an option for you. But the first one I've chosen, 2033, runs up to a size 26, which is a 48 bust, 41 waist and 50 hip. And I just really like this. I thought it was a lovely design, a lovely sort of simple, easy day wear sort of cord set with a little bit of a twist. So you've got options for a boxy, square necked t-shirt with a short sleeve, but then it's got a sort of curved colour block option across the bodice, or you've got an option for a square neck again but sleeveless this time with the thick sort of wide strap which would easily hide a bra strap by the looks of it, again with that same lovely curve for colour blocking. And then the trousers, you've got a tapered, they've got a flat waistband at the front but then it looks like it's elasticated at the back, which I always think is a really nice design feature because it gives you that sort of smart appearance at the front, but you've got the comfort of an elasticated waistband which is at the back. And then the trousers are sort of a relatively wide leg but slightly tapered in at the ankle, and again they've got the curved sort of seam lines to have a play around with some colour blocking. Recommended for woven fabrics like chambray, cotton blends, linen blends, that sort of thing. I thought we've just recently had the white version of our cotton linen mix fabric, which I made some shorts in recently and I know I've talked to you all about before. We've now got the white in stock and I thought that would work brilliantly with the Sax blue that we've got in stock. So you could do some really nice fresh looking colour blocking with those two colours together, really pretty summery colours. And I think if I did that I would be tempted to do the main body of the trouser in the blue and then do this sort of little detail in the white. But yeah, that was one of my ideas, but you could use any combination of the colours. We've got quite a few of these if you have a look on the website. All the patterns and the fabrics I mentioned, they'll all be linked below for you, so just check out the links in the description below for full details. The next pattern is Know Me 2032 and I thought this was gorgeous as soon as I saw it, really lovely. I really hope I get around to making this one. It's a very fitted bodice with a sweetheart neckline, a spaghetti strap going over the shoulder, but then also a spaghetti strap, an additional spaghetti strap going into a halter neck. It's got princess seams. I'm just checking the line drawing. No, it's got a seam that finishes just under the bust and there's some sort of little detail around the sweetheart as well. And then it's got bust darts going up from the seam under the bust, and then they're continued, the darts are continued down onto the skirt as a princess seam. And on the full length version there is a slit at one side. Or you can make a shorter version that's got two little vents or two little slits at the front. The back, the halter neck spaghetti straps tie into a bow. The other ones come down and the bodice at the back goes into a V and has got a little bridge across the back. And then it's got fish darts on the skirt for shaping at the back. So yeah, just lots of really lovely design details. A really beautiful classic fitted dress pattern. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. It runs up to a size 26 again, which is a 48 bust, 41 waist and 50 hip, and it's to be sewn up in wovens again, so crepe de chine, cotton blends, satins, things like that. I thought that our prestige crepe in this beautiful delphinium, I think it's called, would be a really lovely option for that. I thought that would be really, really pretty. I've made quite a few dresses in this prestige crepe. The red one on the mannequin is made from prestige. I made a lovely plum coloured dress earlier in the year in that, and yeah, it's just a great fabric for those sort of more formal dresses. The next pattern I want to share with you is Know Me 2031. So this is a really cute little dress with two views. The one that really caught my eye was the sleeveless version. So it's got a collar which doesn't look like a stand-up collar, it just looks like a sewn-on collar. It's got a button down front, but the sleeveless version, what I really liked is it's got sort of top stitching details that run down the bodice and onto the skirt, and what she's done is she's sewn it up in a pink fabric and then done the top stitching in a contrasting thread, and I just thought that creates some really nice little design details. It's got some gathering at the underbust seam to create a little bit shape there, which is can be really flattering, and I really like that feature. The skirt's quite flared, and then there's another option which hasn't got all those top stitching details on it and has got a short sleeve that's just hemmed in the normal way. But yeah, quite a cute sort of easy to wear day dress, I thought. Just checking I haven't missed any design details. Yeah, and it can be sewn up again. This one is for woven fabrics, chambrays, cotton blends, linen blends, poplins, things like that. I thought, I think I've chosen this fabric thinking actually of the short sleeved version, but we've got this lovely new cotton lawn, which is a really fun gingham print backdrop, and then it's got a floral design over the top, and I'm really loving these fabrics at the moment. We had another one that we've still got on the site, I've reordered so many times, but it's got like a leopard print background and then a floral on the top, and I just really like that idea of combining two different prints. But I thought that would work really well for that. Or you could make the sleeveless version. We've got a lovely plain chambray fabric with little neon flecks on it. I think that would work really well. The next pattern is 2030. I thought this was really cool as well. I do think there's some really unique ideas come out through the designers of these patterns, because they're not trained fashion designers, they are home sewers, a lot of them. Some of them might be trained, but I think they are coming up with genuinely interesting and different designs, which is really lovely. But this particular pattern is either a dress or a playsuit or romper, depending where you are, what you call it. But what I really like about it, it's got a cutout design here, and I always like things that are cut away there. I really love that. It's got a little collar, but then it's got this really cool curved button band that runs between the neckline and the side seam here, and I just thought that's a really interesting little design detail and feature. It looks like she's got snaps attached to it. Oh yeah, and it looks like they open actually, so they're proper snaps or poppers or snap fasteners. And then there's some pleating, I think it looks like. I'm just checking. It looks like pleating to me from the waistband up into the bodice. No, there isn't a waistband, sorry, it's a waist seam, but then you've got an optional belt which you can create with a little popper or fastener to match the ones going across the curved button band detail on the bodice. And then there's also little pleats coming down from the waist seam down onto the trouser or skirt, the shorts or the skirt. And what I really like, the skirt's a gentle A-line. It's got big patch pockets on the front as an option. If you didn't want to do those, you could leave them off. Same with the romper, it's got the patch pockets. Personally, I probably would leave those off, but each to their own. But what I really like as well is with the romper, it looks like the shorts are nice and wide legs, so they're not going to be super tight around your thighs, and I always think that's really nice, really comfortable, really flattering. So yeah, really fun pattern. I really like the look of this one, and something I would definitely take on holiday with me. It runs up to a size 26, which is a 41 waist and a 50 hip, and the fabric I chose for that one is this gorgeous emerald green cotton linen mixed fabric of ours, which I've just shown you the white and blue version of. This is the lovely jade or emerald green, I can't remember which one we called it. So that was my choice for that one. The next one I want to share with you is Know Me 2029. So this is a really cute sort of vintage looking dress. It's got a Peter Pan sort of collar, a little button band on the front, and on the pattern packet she's used the button band to have some really sort of vintage retro quite standout buttons on the little button band. It's got short sleeves, and then it has got bust darts coming up from the waist, so you'll be able to get a good shape on it. And then you've got the option for either a separate, well, two options for a waist, for a belt, sorry. One that fastens completely together at the front, or one that finishes shy of the middle and then is fastened at either side before it ends. You've also got the option for patch pockets on it and a little pleated added on hem ruffle at the bottom as well. So lots of options to play around with, and definitely if you're somebody who loves a bit of retro and a bit of vintage, this would be right up your street. This one runs up to a 26 as well, which is a 48 bust, 41 waist and 50 hip. And the fabric I chose for that one, I thought it would look really cute, sewn up in this gorgeous spearmint fabric. It's a spearmint denim, but it's got a nice bit of stretch in it, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's got tencel in it. It's cotton, a little bit of polyester, and then tencel and spandex, so it's got a nice bit of give in it, which is going to make it really comfortable. But it's just a really beautiful fresh minty colour, and I thought that dress would look really pretty sewn up in that. And then you could have fun with what you wanted to do with buttons for that, what colour you wanted to go for, whether you wanted to contrast or to match it. And then finally, the last pattern I wanted to share was Know Me 2026, which is a shirt dress, but there's the option, it also includes a knit tank dress to wear underneath if you wanted to create it using some sheer fabrics, which is one of the looks she's created on the pattern packet. Personally, I prefer view B, which is where she's just used quite a jazzy sort of multicoloured busy fabric, and I think it looks really cool in that. And I love her styling with the socks and the sandals and the hat and everything. It's really cool. But yeah, it's like an oversized shirt dress, but it's got some really interesting design details. So first of all, it's got like a bib on the front. It's got a grandad collar and a button band running down the front, which are both really narrow. Then the skirt of the dress, it's all in one. It's not got a waist seam, but it really flares out thanks to seams in the back, which run from the collar down into sort of a triangle shape down to the hem. And then on the hem, there's the hem is a high-low hem, so it's higher at the front, lower at the back. It's got like a hem band, so it's a separate piece. The hem is attached to the dress, and then it's just got simple short sleeves, which I think might be finished with a cuff. So the main dress is for cotton blends, wovens again, and then the underdress, if you want to do the sheer fabric thing, is for knit fabrics. It runs up to a 26, so I've told you that size quite a few times. But if I were to make this, I would make it in this gorgeous new cotton lawn that we've had in, which I absolutely adore. And I just think just that version, that loose fitting flowing shirt dress would look really cool in this fabric. And then you could just pair it with trainers or a nice pair of sandals. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. Do stay tuned for the full slideshow of all the other designs I didn't include, and do remember to check out the links below. All the patterns and fabrics I've mentioned, they're all linked below and available on our lovely website. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.